What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. Today we have a video on preparing our sessions for mix, how to make sure all our audio files are in the right place, how to make sure we're not sending off a way bigger session than we need to. If you're moving your files through Dropbox or some online platform, it could be really important to have your session as efficient as possible to make sure you're not waiting an hour or 2 hours to move something that should take 10 minutes. So hit us with a like and a subscribe. Thank you so much for watching again, and hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so here we are in a session that I am going to be delivering for mix for a client. So first things first, very important, we got to make sure that you are done editing. You have your final fades, you're in, you're out. You have everything faded where you want it. If you've done Melodyne, well, if you know with Melodyne, you need to edit your all your tracks before you actually import them into Melodyne, because while they're in Melodyne, once they're in Melodyne, they're basically printed into Melodyne, and then once you export out of Melodyne, it's printed as one consolidated track. So if you have a bad or a weird fade in there, you need to make sure you have that cleared up before you do all that. Quick Melodyne tip. So once we know we're done, completely done editing, we have every fade in its place. I'll show you from the drums. We've got everything time corrected. We've got everything faded in, faded out. Some of these came to me already done. Some of these are keys tracks, and they're already faded in on, they came faded in from the producer. We got our guitars tracks here. Everything's time corrected. Everything is in its place. That is important point number one when preparing your session off to mix. So once we know we're completely ready to go, everything is here. Everything that needs to go to the mixer is here. Nothing that doesn't need to go to the mixer is in the session. Once we have that squared away, the first thing we want to do is save as. So we want to create a new session. So we'll do a save as. Your session name and underscore mix prep is an easy way to keep them separated and know what's what. And we want to do that so that we can, any changes we make in this session coming up, we're going to make a lot of changes to it, don't affect our previous work, and we can always go back to that point where we thought we were done editing. Just in case there's something we need to change, something we need to fix. None of our work is destroyed by what we're about to do here. So the second thing we want to do is just consolidate all the audio files in the arrange window. You can see here we have a bunch of edits and a bunch of clips, and so we don't want that. We want one complete file from the top of the track to the end of the track. So what we'll do here, I have a guide track that was put in here and put into the session by the producer, and so I'm just going to commit to that. I've already checked my ending fades. They all ended before that, so that's important. You want to make sure that when you commit, you're not cutting off any audio at the end. I've already checked all that, so what we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything down to the bottom of the session, and in Pro Tools it's Shift Option 3 to consolidate all those files. We'll let it do its thing here. Alrighty, so here we can see we've got all our audio files consolidated. The next thing we want to do is make sure that we're getting rid of any unused. Remember, this is our final session before it's going off to mix, so he doesn't need all our hidden tracks. So what we're gonna do is make sure that we have gotten rid of all our audio files that exist in our hidden and inactive tracks, as well as our playlisted audio files. So we're gonna go in here and highlights all our inactive tracks. You can actually, while you're holding command, click and just drag, which is super convenient on Pro Tools anyways. So we'll make sure we get all these guys, and we're just going to delete them. Remember, this is why we did a save as. We're not affecting our other sessions here. So now that we've gotten rid of all our inactive and hidden tracks, what we're gonna do is make sure that all our playlisted audio is gone. In Pro Tools, if you hold Option, go to here where you would select between blocks and your playlist and all that good stuff. We're gonna select playlist while holding Option. It's actually gonna show us the playlisted tracks on every track in the session. So I'm gonna go to my unused drum tracks. I like to just highlight them and delete them. That way I make sure I'm actually seeing everything and making sure every playlist is clean. It looks like we've got some guitar playlisted stuff here. Want to make sure every single one of these files is gone. Alrighty, so it looks like our playlists are clean. All our inactive tracks and hidden tracks have been deleted. The next thing we want to do here, now that everything is cleaned up, we're back in just our regular session view, is we want to hit in Pro Tools Shift Command U, and you'll notice over here on the right in our clips bin, it highlights every audio clip that we just deleted that is no longer in the session, no longer in the hidden tracks or in playlist, and it prepares them to be removed from the session. Now, to remove them from the session in Pro Tools, Shift Command B, and we're going to remove, not delete. It's important, don't delete, because that will delete them from your audio files folder, and you don't want to do that because that will affect all your other sessions that you may have linking to that audio files folder. So yes, awesome. So now that we've done that, we'll see that the only things left in this session are the files that are in our arrange window. So it's only what the mixer needs. What have we accomplished by consolidating everything down here and getting rid of all our unused audio files? We've taken this session size down considerably, so if we need to move it over Dropbox or some other platform online, it's much easier to use. I'm sure the mixers always prefer to use the least amount of hard drive space possible when they're really busy. You know, they've got a ton of sessions coming in, coming out. The ease of moving these sessions and storing these sessions is important. So the last thing we want to do to make sure that we don't have any audio files missing, because all the files that are in this clips bin, not all of them originated, their source is not in the audio files of our Pro Tools session. So we want to make sure that we have everything in our audio files folder. That way whoever opens up this session next is opening up a clean folder, clean file. So to make sure our mixer has everything that they need, they won't be missing any files, we're going to go to File, Save Copy In, make sure our session settings are good. All this is the same as my current session. It's good. We want to copy the audio files. We're not, in this particular case, sending over any plugins or anything colored. It's really straight ahead session. So that's all we need to do for this one. Okay, and then at this point you'll select the name of your mix prepared session and the location that you want to store it in before you move it off to your mixer. So all right, so those are the steps we want to take to make sure our session is in its most efficient form. That way when we move it, it's not a big heavy file, bigger than it needs to be, and also so that all our files populate whenever they open up the session, and we're not causing any delays for our mixers. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Hit us with a like and a subscribe, please. We have more content coming out, Pro Tools tutorials, plugin tutorials and overviews, more drum content coming soon. So really appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.